cost of gadgets on its own. Where do you want to start from? That you are a starter, that you are starting with the list you are starting from, because it is an established area of socio-economic development right now, and you want to start, you are going to go into that business to compete with established brands. How do you want to start from gadgets or from where? From studio space, you want to run studio space that by the time you get in there, they are possibly busy and all of that. So when you are a part of the community, what the community will now do for you is to help you to settle. And that is why it is important that you collaborate and it helps you to boost your own innovation and your creative ingenuity to start coming. If one person is doing one thing, another person is also looking at it from another perspective and they make it better. Then number two, expand reach and accessibility. When we work together as creatives, you discover that some of the things that you think that nobody is seeing. I have discovered that oftentimes people now drop links of their jobs, start doing collaboration on Instagram or on other social media platforms to promote and leverage on all of those people who have bigger brands and bigger followership. For somebody like me, I can also give you a testimony that for some of us, we are so versatile and so skillful that we have not been able to harness the abundance of opportunities within our environment. Some of us left school without having huge number of followership. I imagine somebody who studied public administration or accounting or business administration and having like just 100 followers on their Instagram pages or less than 1,000 on their Instagram pages. When the entire faculty is close to about 3,000 or 4,000, then you begin to wonder, what have you been doing while you're in school? I am at a point now that I have to start begging people to even follow me, because that is the only place I can actually show my skills and all of that. And that is also the importance of collaboration and network. Expand your visibility. If I post anything on my mind right now, somebody like 25,000 followers and I'm collaborating with somebody 20,000 followers, you are going with that. I'm going to leverage on followers to expand my reach and my visibility. And I can tell you, about 2 years or 3 years ago, I used to work behind the scene. But since I started collaboration, my followership grew, and today my post just go all out without me having to collaborate. And that is what I've been able to benefit from collaboration. And foster support and growth. When you're in a community, just like I said earlier, the community is there to support you. The community is there to help you grow. You might be starting small, but trust me, if you are in a community of creatives, it will help you to grow by different forms. Just like I said earlier on, I've spoken about how being part of that community can help you get access to gadgets, access to ideas, access to corrections that makes your job better. Then maximize resources and efficiency. What two people can do in a single day? What two people can do in a single day will actually take one person 2 days or more to do it. Because you don't want to be the one doing the graphic designing yourself. You don't want to be the only one taking pictures. You don't want to be the only one doing videos. If you are doing all of those, who is doing your BTS? That is why it is important to ensure that you collaborate and you network. And one of the things I've discovered is that people, I don't know whether people find it very difficult to seek help. When you need one, don't hesitate to always reach out to people to be part of whatever it is that you are doing. Like I always say, it is better to get a no than not asking at all. So build trust and credibility. If you've been able to follow the first, second, and the third and the fourth step, trust me, even yourself, within yourself, you'll be able to trust yourself that yes, I can go on ahead and get this thing done. I can go on ahead and tell this particular brand that I can do it. Not because I can do it alone, but because they can see that I can collaborate with August with 5 Media that let us go and do this thing. I can go and take jobs that they might not be able to understand how to milk content. But I need content that I will be able to milk. So, and with that, they understand that yes, this can sell anything. But can I do shoot? No, I can't. Can I even hold the camera? I might not be able to. But can I sell that content that they are shooting? Yes, I can. I can sell any content. And that is building trust. I've been able to build trust within myself over the years due to consistency that yes, I can sell anything. So and you have to continuously continue to practice. Then we have open doors to opportunities. Just like I said earlier on, when you collaborate and you network, there is always a lot of opportunities around you. Then ensure long-term success. When you continue to do all of these things, you can be rest assured that people will be able to trust you with what you're doing. Let's like this. Now, just like I said earlier on, what are the importance of collaboration? Shared resources. I can easily say that since you guys are not working today, can I use your studio? I can come in here, shoot my own content, and go. And that's the importance of collaboration. I can easily say that I think this particular content I will need perfection films to help me to get it done. Or I send it to him, send it to his voice, have the necessary required skills and expertise to get it better. Because I might be able to shoot, doesn't mean that I will be good at editing. And the world is fast moving now that people don't even want to hire content creators anymore because they don't have sophisticated gadgets that people don't want to hire. So at the moment, I might not be able to afford myself and maybe JayDTalker to attend a particular event. I might not be able to afford myself to attend a particular event. But can I go to that event and shoot the video myself? Yes, I can. I can shoot the video short. And send it to him and he will finish it up like as if he was there. And these are some of the things that you can do collaboration. I might not be good at editing, I might be good at shooting. But when you collaborate and you are in a community, you can just drop it that how can I do this? Sometimes when I wake up in the middle of the night, I might need to do it in the morning or in PowerPoint presentation in the morning. All I like is just go to that community, know what I need to get it done, and I'll see the volunteer or two that will do it and get paid for it. And that is what collaboration should do. Strength in numbers, expand reach and influence. Like I said earlier on, when you collaborate, it expands your reach, and that reach is what you can now leverage on to grow your influences and brands or innovation through diverse perspective, right? And just like I said earlier on as well, that when you are a creative thinker, if you continue to look at what can you do, and you are doing something different from what other people are doing, your numbers will grow. And if you look at the numbers on the other slide, we have a brand and a platform that grew from 0 followers to over 20,000 followers across all social media platforms within the space of about 10 or 11 months. Why? Because this is a graphic that is not doing the bang today. It might be the big picture that will do the bang tomorrow. If it is not the picture that is the bang, it might be the animated content, it might be animation that will do the bang. So one way or the other, something must pop up that will attract people to the page, and we're able to use that to grow the numbers of the platform, which we are now using to leverage brands to come and support. So it means that as a creative, you have to start thinking of innovative approaches. I've seen photographers now turn themselves to content creators. We're not saying they're not creative, but you will now see photographers now sitting behind the tripod, turning on ring light, talking about what you should not do for photography. And I'm like, wow. So you can actually shoot videos. I thought it taking pictures only. So and that is telling you that the moment the demand is growing, you have to be able to flow with the tide. Just like I told you earlier on, there is a lot that I can do for brands. And if I invest the same amount of energy in myself, the brand would have grown bigger than now. Guess what? I will have to learn to collaborate with someone to bring in more people to come and do that which I do for other people. I can do for other people, I can't see myself. So it means that you have to be innovative and look at different perspectives. Collaboration works creativity. When you were looking at, I remember a few weeks ago we were looking at what graphics. I will make this faster now. I'm looking at the particular graphics that we're looking at what can we do with the graphics, and that was a game-based flying antelopes of Enugu. And we're looking at different ideas and different approaches to what graphics will pop up. I'm looking at shooting stars, antelope. A particular person got an idea of a star shooting from the sky, hitting an antelope. It doesn't look good to me, but it's an idea. Of course, you can have a thunder strike and all of that, and anything can happen. It wasn't looking nice. They would consider shooting. Then they can also have a hunter going into the forest, shoot an antelope. That's my idea. Now the idea is now split into two. Is the hunter using a gun? or the hunter is using a bow and arrow. Fortunately, we had to experiment with it too. And guess what? A day before the game, I think 2 days before the game, we dropped one, gave us numbers. The second time we dropped the one with the gun first. Then the second day, we dropped one with the arrow. Then the third day, after the game ended, we're now looking at what do we do again. Then we had an activity thinking of we had the antelope on a grill. We want the game. Let us have the antelope on the grill. Then started looking at other possibilities. Should we have a good brand? And they are drinking. I mean, they are drinking beer while the antelope was on the grill. Or should we do Budweiser? Why? Because we want to use that to appeal to some of this. So these are things that collaborations for like-minded individuals. This also encompasses we want collaboration for you. Breaking block freshly. Sometimes, as a creative, just tired. You even want to do it again, and you are just there. But guess what? If you have somebody who is also creative around you, it might just be this sketch or you sing like that, and you discover that everything you're looking for will just pop. And that is what collaboration do for you. Next. Collaboration in business mode. Yes. So the other time I was talking about the business end of it. I feel so happy that this particular EJG is very changing. When we started this fantastic, it was supposed to be the project for us to promote shooting stars. Only nobody was thinking about what the idea would be into. And it was I said earlier on the was supposed to be a my idea where you just a graphic designer, a photographer, and a videographer. We at no point in time that what that can do for us. But over time, from 3 volunteers, we grew to over something volunteers, mostly part of the project. And over time, the volunteers are looking at exploring other avenues to do so many other things. And because of being able to attract different brands, collaborating with us had like so Cadify, one app, we've had Agbaji and Pampas, had quite a number of people collaborating with us. And more recently, because also what we've been able to do is fancy. Another sister brand, Cadify, that project between ESCS and fancy. They want us to translate into what is now the first and foremost real estate football competition in Ibadan, and that is really good. All we just uproot our team from 3SC fancy, and we're able to just go and invite two separate business. 3SC separate, just be personnel to go and run their personal gig. And because of what we're looking at, the next one is venture co-branding opportunities from Cadify sponsor ESCS fancy. We now had the same Cadify. We are trying to look at Cadify to also sponsor similar projects from the same city. And what this has led to is this picture of two of our volunteers. We have Johnson JayDTalker and the content for ESCS fancy. And we have Brian who now dedicated, because I saw when you were using yourself, I saw things that when the photographer and the photographer, this and that. I've always had issues with people calling themselves event photographers. People who are the purpose and enjoy. But I have discovered that over time, it is an industry that has a lot of pain. We have other sectors that nobody is looking out for. Sports photography is so wide, and we don't have a lot of people. When you are in a place where it is so competitive, try and look out for something that you are going to do that is going to be so unique. If it is not unique, then there is nothing to look out for. But there are places that I can start shooting cycling today, and people will know me as a foremost cyclist photographer. So when he's introducing himself as a sport photographer. Trust me, very soon you will have people saying that I am a football photographer or I shoot lawn tennis, because it requires different crafts. That you are a wedding photographer, trust me, if you come and shoot sport photography, you discover that event photography is my mind. Here you have to anticipate. You just have to. If it is not a pose and all of that, portrait photographers are enjoying. But come to sport photography, you see how difficult it is. But where I'm going to is that from two individuals who are from diverse field, they've been able to come together to bet another project, which is a News from Molete podcast. And in less than 3 weeks, trust me, anybody who is conversant with the NPFL knows these guys, and they are from Ibadan here. They are doing a big round of applause for them. So, and like I said earlier on, cost sharing for marketing and product development, this is a lot easier for me. Cost sharing. These are our guys. News from Molete. We have a bigger brand already. 3SC Fancy. What do we need to do? Leverage on the big brand to promote the small brand so that they can be able to do their own thing on their own while we do our own thing on our own. And it is what collaborations will do for you. We can now share costs while they are shooting their own content. I can extract from their own content and use for 3SC Fan CV. And when we're shooting our own content, this boy will now make that same content and go and post on his personal page and be doing his own sideways. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So for us, if we're open to networking and collaborations, it will not be hard at all. Maybe it's the same content that we're shooting, but on different platforms. We'll take our own content, they will take their own content and leverage on it, and we've been able to use just one stone to kill multiple birds. This is what collaborations will do for you. Next slide, please. Then the role of community in brand growth. I remember that I said earlier on that without the community, you will not be able to amplify your voices, you will not be able to amplify your reach, you will not be able to promote some of these things. So brand advocacy, turning customers into loyal fans. I am surprised that my head of logistics is not here. Some of the targets that brands will give us is if you've ever worked with brands before, they have their set targets, there are particular things that they are looking out for. Will you be able to meet up with their KPIs, which is key performance indexes, maybe probably in terms of the sign-ups, maybe if they sponsor you, maybe they will tell you that they need about 10 people to sign up on their accounts when they are doing activations, or they need tractions and visits on their website. With the help of our community, we've been able to deliver that, right? If we do is tell everybody in the community this is possibly going to be very, very difficult and very, very hard to do. Word of mouth marketing and social proof. For us, just like I said earlier on, I've been here and I'm sure that if you've not heard about 3SC Fan CV before, I have mentioned it again, so you can go and look at it, and that is word of mouth marketing. Then building an engaged and supportive audience. I don't think there is any community of Shooting Stars fan today that is as busy as this 213 members community. And why? Because the people who are there is a standing rule. If we throw it open, this thing will fill up in less than 5 minutes of people wanting to join. But you have to tell us why you want to join, because in less than 24 hours you might just be dumped out of the group. So it is active, vibrant, and if you check now, I'm sure there will be messages already piling up. So we have to continue to build up engagement, speak about whatever it is that you're doing. If there is a particular picture you shoot 3 years ago and you think that picture is very, very nice, why not bring them back? Some of us wrote articles 5 years ago that we have been bringing back using AI to polish them and make them look like they are recent images. And because of AI tools now and innovations, you can bring back some of your old pictures. You don't have to go and take them again. Polish them, look at your old content and see if it is possible for you to rework on them. And these are some of the things that will actually help you to grow your brand. Next slide. Strategies for effective collaboration, clear communication and defined rules. If you look at these screenshots, you see that 3SC Fans TV community, I am a member of up to about 15 groups. We have the community itself, we have the design team one side, we have volunteers team one side, the production one side, the website management one side, the podcast one side. Why? Because we have to clearly articulate whatever messages we're passing so that you don't get messed up. Every one of us is a member of the community, but the roles and assignments are well defined. Leveraging digital platforms for collaborations, just like I said earlier on, 3SC Fans TV is across all social media platforms. We're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're everywhere. Every platform. And guess what? One of the things I've been able to also learn is that understand that some of us want to use brand names. Let us ensure that brand name is what we continue to use across all our socials. If you want to have a personal page, you can have a personal page. But if I want to look for Bafunshop Films, I should be able to search for him on LinkedIn with that same name. Go on Facebook, search for him. go on Twitter and search for him and not be looking left and right. For me, it is Idris Animation across social media platform. No plus, no minus, that name. But in case if some of those names have been picked, by the time you put underscore or heart or slash, you still be able to retain it. So when people are searching, your profile picture will at least show that that is who you are. And the mutual benefit, win-win approach, just like I said earlier on, that collaborations is a win-win approach. They win, we win. Next. Challenges in collaboration and overcoming them. Yes, one of the most challenging things that you tend to face in collaborations is aligning goals and expectations. We have people within our team who also have similar projects, but because their goals and ours are not, they're not converging, it is easy for us to just ensure that there is no clash of interest. Yesterday we were in Lagos watching Ikorodu City versus Kwara United. I was there, I can shoot content, but what content do I need from Ikorodu that I want to post on 3SC Fan CV? No. What content do I need from Kwara United that I want to post on 3SC Fan CV? No. But guess what? If we have somebody else group that needs such content, I should be able to film and send that content to that person. But if we have somebody who is sharing content with us, like the news from Molete people, they are sharing content with 3SC Fan CV, and we are going to put a stop to those content. We are going to sit down now and separate this thing so that the goals will not be there, so that there won't be problem. Do you understand? So communication barriers and conflict resolution. For us as creatives, we have people feeling like they are the boss, they are the oga, they are this, they are that. For me, it doesn't cost me anything to bend and have my way and go. I will beg you, the way I will beg you to come and work for me for free, you might not even know that I collected money from that job, because I will leverage and motivate my services for you. I will tell you this is what I'm going to give. The money is very important to me, but the services I'm going to render is going to help you, and that is why you have to find a way to ensure that conflict resolution, you speak about issues and you don't go to bed in a provoked state. That has worked with me, it has worked for me, it has worked for me working with different people. If I have issues with you, we sort it that very night, and I think it has helped us to retain our team. Maintaining long-term commitment and engagement. I've spoken about this before. It's one of the things that collaboration will do for you. Next slide, please. I'm rounding up. Spontaneity and attention to details. Whether you are a wedding photographer, whether you are a sport photographer, whether you are portrait photography might not work, but trust me, you have to be very, very spontaneous. You have to attend to details. You cannot just be there and be like a bicycle. I have a friend of mine, he knows the guy, his name is Exclusive Shots. He's one of the top event photographer in the whole of Ibadan. During his days, Exclusive is somebody who can drink from morning till night, but on event dates, until that event ever to Paris, if anything, because he's so sure that those moments will pass by. Close eye, 1 minute is gone. Close eye, next minute is gone. I was in Lagos and they said the Commissioner for Youth and Sport was at the stadium. Do you know the kind of traction we will have if we're able to get the moment of where she's jubilating or where she jumped up? So you have to be very spontaneous. Awareness of your environment and your surroundings. This is very, very important. It will help you grow. Next. Striking a balance. Defining spontaneity. Acting on the spot. I remember this particular image. This is a image of a friend of ours. They were doing Ibadan Marathon. And you wonder, why is it that Idris, who is not a photographer, is the person they reach out to for a photography job? Because of where people like us have been able to position ourselves. You have to speak about what you want to say. Even if you are not a photographer, you should speak about photography. Even if you are not a videographer, you speak about videography. The moment people understand that you have awareness of issues, that you know what should be done, they won't reach out to them, they will reach out to you. And that is why I can easily tell you that I'm a creative director and you wonder what is he directing, can he even shoot? But before you shoot, me, I know what I want to shoot. I'm the one who knows what I want you to shoot for me. So we're riding down, we're riding up from Molete and we're almost at Mako. In my head, I was already picturing this guy and the Balogun mother-in-law statue right in front of Mako. I already pictured it. But I'm so sure that the photographer might not be thinking what I'm thinking. The rate at which I dragged Ibrahim that very day, I'm sure that he won't forget it in a very long while. And we got this very beautiful shot. It is acting on the spot. I remember we took another one at Irifin. As it was riding down, we took another one. But there was a particular one in my head. We couldn't act on the spot. I imagine him riding that bicycle towards Orita Mary. You know, if you are further down, and you see him coming and you take that picture, you have the colonnades of Ogun right behind him. So you have to always imagine, and the moment you think of it, act on the spot. Attention to detail, you can see the precision, not close to perfection anyway, but at least it conveys emotions, it evokes emotions that yes, we wanted to do something. Why both are essential in creativity, you already know. Because if the image is right, if the picture is right, it will sell. There's a guy called Photo Nuggets. If he's anything today, it wasn't even sport photography. It was a picture of a man bending down, tying a lace of a girl. That's all. Just one image is enough. Just one image. That is why, as a photographer, I know that shutter counts did, but then what are you holding the camera for that you are not looking at creating something unique? At the moment, we're going to try something different with sport photography. Everybody is now coming into our space now. We now have plenty of photographers, but we are going to now start doing what will now look more or less like, we want to try and infuse portrait pictures into sport photography. Something more or less like when you see these images, you wonder, more or less like documentary photography. That when you see this image, you will know that yes, they took their time to take this particular picture. So next, benefit for creatives and businesses, encourages innovation and fresh ideas, FC's unexpected opportunities, create an authentic and relatable brand. From 3SC Fan CV, we've been able to have beyond the camera coming up as well, because it was from ideas, let us do this, let us do that, let us harmonize. We now have beyond the camera, we have news from Monite Podcast, we have Gateway Fans TV, Remos Fans TV, Rangers Fans TV, and guess what? It started from here, the pace setters. So even people who were not thinking of it before now have started to think about it, and you begin to wonder, why is it coming from Ibadan? Because we're pace setters. Then it FC's unexpected opportunities. Now there are people who will not come to 3SC Fans TV to talk about coming to come and shoot their content, because 3SC is for 3SC alone. But News from Molite Podcast can use their own resources to go and shoot other content that are not even associated with shooting stars. They can go and shoot badminton, they can go and shoot tennis, they can go and shoot cycling. That means they can also grow their own brand on their own. So, and it's okay if you want to volunteer with them, it's okay if you want to partner with them, because that is the essence of having this kind of conversation. But now I can easily tell you that we now have people who are now spreading out, doing their own thing off from their own end. Create an authentic and relatable brand. The moment you see any of us, you can easily see that this is a 3SC man. This is News from Molite. I'm just hoping that their mouth will not put them in trouble. Next slide. The power of paying attention, enhance quality and professionalism, building credibility and trust, avoid costly mistakes and oversight. When you collaborate and you pay attention to details, you discover that you don't have to be going back and forth. Yesterday, I was in Lagos. It was the very first time I would be attending the games in 4 years, and I was so scared. I was so scared of what the production would look like. And it is one of the reasons why we have to collaborate and let our messages be very, very clear. At the end of the day, I discovered that the next game in Kwara that I was supposed to go, I'm now having a feel that I should not be going to these games anymore, because they can actually get the job done. And it is because the roles are clearly defined and we pay attention to details. I think the next one should be my last slide. How to find the perfect balance, when to be spontaneous and when to be meticulous. Frameworks for making quick yet informed decisions. You have to have a strategic plan, set a direction. How do you want to go? For us, we identify how we want to go. We know right from time that we have craft, but we need the money to be able to continue. So we started with a very small team. Over time, volunteers started to come, and we told them our business plan is when we reach a particular number that we can now use to leverage and talk to sponsors, we can go from there. KPIs, like I said earlier on, the big brands that you are expecting to sponsor you, they need the numbers. Take for instance, you see people do events in Ibadan and they will tell you that they want people to come, sign up for free. They know that by the time they do the first one, do the second one, do the third one, most important, by the time you are doing the fourth one, they will know that yes, you are now stable. No reasonable brand that knows that they have a KPI to meet will just throw in their funds to come and support a project. And it is why you see this kind of event at the start. not getting the required sponsorship, but trust me, we were able to build on it, and people have testimonies to share that it was this conference that I attended. Even if it is just 2 people that were able to empower here, trust me, it will be good for this brand. And data, internal and external, we're always capturing our data. As of today, we are continuously updating it. How many number of followers we have on Facebook, on Instagram? I can easily tell you that at the moment, 3SC Fans TV will give you 700,000 insights in a month. And this is a new brand that at least across all our social media platforms, if you put your logo on our content for a whole month, 700,000 people will see it. If you know what that means for a brand that just started from ground zero, you give us a round of applause right now. So business partnering and case studies and success stories. Just like I said, we have 10K on Facebook, and the success story is the fact that even myself, I've been able to leverage on 3SC brand to grow my brand. I remember about 3 months ago, I have just 5,000 followers, and now because I'm milking the content that 3SC Fans TV is doing, once they post, I'll go and copy it and post on my page as well. And my brand followership started to grow, and I think myself and Ibrahim were trying to compete on who is going to be making the content some more. And at some point, I might not be needing their content anymore because I have my own followership. I can now be doing whatever it is I want to do with it. And we've been able to use that same platform to collaborate with businesses. This is Ibadan City Spa by Slayers Corner. Because they see the content that we've been shooting, we've been able to partner with a spa like this to bring in players to come and get services, promoting their own brand and businesses as well. At the moment, I'm trying to use the same 3SC platform to seek brand sponsorship for some of the players. You discover that in Nigeria here, there's only like image rights. But if we start it, you discover that a whole lot of them will follow the tides and all of that. And these are the boys from the Artsmith community. We wanted to do our unveiling, the unveiling of our Fans TV jersey. They found out that it is something that we can collaborate. It's a hard community, and we collaborated with them. And this was just yesterday. That man, you people are fantastic. Further downward, below that quote was somebody who said that the images that we're churning out is even a lot better than that of Start Times. Please, a big round of applause to our team. So, and these are creatives from the art community. It means that we are fostering collaborations. Businesses, brands, creatives, we're coming together to create a product that is now unique. It used to be just 3SC Fans TV. Well, I call it now a product that is valued at over $10,000 at the moment, and that is just a platform and a product that we started less than a year ago, and this would not be possible without our volunteers who came in with their own gadgets, with their own tools, with their own everything. 3SC Fans TV from there now started to invest in gadgets. We have our own mobile devices, we have our own whatever. Now we want to start investing in lens and camera because we've been able to identify that is more or less like the engine room of the project now. So imagine if we approach a particular brand that they should just give us lens and camera and put your logo there. Just put your logo on all of our content for a whole year. Trust me, you think they will not subscribe to it because we're by default promoting them. But at the moment, you also have to be very, very sure of the decisions that you are going to take because you don't want them to milk you. If I'm telling Canon now to give me 1 million for a whole year, I might think I need that money now. But at the long run, I'll discover that I've made a very, very wrong decision because what I have now is worth more. So next, I think, conclusion, the future of success lies in collaboration, community, strategic growth, innovation thrives through shared knowledge, strong partnership, embracing collective efforts, community-driven initiatives, and forward-thinking strategies. We can navigate these challenges, seize opportunities, and create lasting impact together. And with this, I've been able to come to the end of my presentation. Thank you so much.
other people would also be able to promote you. But first off, you have to learn to also promote yourself. And so there's a quote that I like so much that says that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you need to go together. And this is also talking about the power of collaboration. So let's take questions that we have so far. Quickly, so we can move on. Okay.
So you kept on mentioning milking. Yes. What does milking mean?
Yes, it's a word I use casually. That for every content that you see out there, I'm always looking at how I can use that content to my own advantage. And I'll give you an instance now. I said earlier on that initially I used to have about 5,000 followers on my Facebook, but I discovered that Shooting Stars Football Club of Ibadan, Shooting Stars Sports Club of Ibadan is the club itself is sitting, the management of the club is sitting on a good mine, but they don't know because Ibadan people are very passionate about Shooting Stars. So what that means is that if you do any content around Shooting Stars and you are the only one doing such content, even if you have competitors and you've been able to master it, trust me, everybody will start looking out for you. For us to start this project less than a year ago, and we have over 20,000 followers across all social media platforms, it means that it's something so big. So now, the milking part of it is that, let's take for instance that Abraham did a graphics. The moment he's done with the graphics, he doesn't own that graphics anymore. It's a property of 3SC Fans TV. Now, how do you want the world to know that he was the one who did that graphics? You know, he's working with us, he's a volunteer. But then we've been able to find a way because we don't want to own your content. We want you to be able to say that this is my content. So Abraham can easily go on that particular post and go and quote it that this is done by yours truly, that this is my content. And aside that, the moment some of those content goes out, everybody can easily go and use it. Abraham will come to the stadium. He will take pictures that he's supposed to drop like 100 pictures for the Fans TV. He will keep some for himself and watermark it and put his own personal brand name. This same person splitting himself into two. And we've been able to also discover that because we're 3SC Fans TV, we want to focus more on Shooting Stars. But we have other content that are wasting away. Do you know the content that is wasting away? We have a away team coming to the ground that possibly might not have anybody documenting them. What if we have a particular creator in the city that says that yes, I want to be documenting away teams only, that will be shooting videos and all of that. If you have some pictures, some of them don't come with good cameramen. Some of them don't even come with photographers at all. And we have creatives wasting away. Some don't even have events to go over the course of the weekend. So you can always like use all of those avenues, all of those opportunities around you to your own advantage. And that is why I continue to always emphasize on the milking. When you see people milk content, you'll be surprised. I remember there was a time we did a partnership with Cadify. It was a very low budget partnership, but guess the way they made this content. They first of all went on their page. They saw the lapses, they saw the gap that the club might not even pay attention. They went on their page to announce a collaboration with the club. That is milking. On their books, it will look like they had a collaboration with the club, but they had a collaboration with 3SC Fans TV. The moment we secured that collaboration, the first thing they did was send newsletters to their 40,000 subscribers. They've made the content just changing money, and they sent to over 40,000. That was the day I discovered, that was the day I learned from people how to make content. So you do small partnership and you announce it to the whole world as if you have done something so spectacular. Just a few days ago, we signed one analyst on board. And because we want to show Shooting Stars how proper player unveiling should be done, because they don't normally do unveiling most times. And we want to show how the proper unveiling should be done for players. We have to announce a volunteer that signed for us. We milked it. That is making content. You want to show the world that we know how this can be done. You don't wait for opportunities. It's funny, it's ugly. You chase it. So when you see opportunities, you run after it and you own that space. That is why I'll continue to emphasize on the word milk the content. If I see your content, if you are not using it so well, I will copy it and go and post it, and I will possibly not even give it credit. Thank you.
So, thank you very much. I must commend you guys a bit too, because I think lately we've been seeing more of 3SC
Yes, you will.
Maybe because you're only at home anyway.
No, it's not because
So,
of
we'll be seeing a lot because even when I'm not watching the game,
that.
I'm
You
on
see
Twitter.
updates.
I'm on
You
Twitter
will see updates.
seeing 3SC, what it's called, and
Yes,
stuff like
yes,
that.
yes.
But I want to make not a recommendation. I don't know how you guys do your thing, but I know for foreign clubs, you get to see jerseys, you get to see the unveiling thing you mentioned.
Yes.
But we don't see that in local clubs. Do you understand? We don't see where we can buy jerseys, where we can be part of that team, you know,
Okay.
where we can be part of that team. That's number one. Then number two, how come they don't run our local clubs professionally? What is your team doing about that? Because you made mention of unveiling.
Yes.
If you're unveiling a new thing or a new thing, you know what foreign clubs do.
Yes.
Do you understand? But we just hear this guy's bad here 3 years.
Yes.
No unveiling, no price tag, no amount of. So, what is your team doing to? Because we fans will want to know more
About the club.
players. I think we should.
So I will start by saying that whatever it is that you're seeing with ASC today is a peculiar problem that you see across board in the league. However, some of these clubs have been waking up to their responsibilities, seeing how things are done. For some clubs, it is budget. They don't have the budget to focus on the media. Some of them don't even understand how they can use the media to drive partnership and sponsorship for the club. But for some of us, just like I said earlier on, we are self-funded and we are on the outside doing the best we can to support the club. How welcoming are those ideas to the people in charge? Because you don't also want to paint a picture that will make it look like as if you are competing with the media department of the club. Because that is where the toxic moment will start building
How
up.
do you go about that?
Yes, the truth of it is that you have to set the line, draw the line, and set boundaries. How? First, we approached the club and we had something more or less like a memorandum of understanding that this is what we want to do, and we're not making money from it, in quotes. Because the moment they feel that you are making money from it, then there's going to be a problem. And when you are making the money from it, the next phase should be you paying or remitting a particular percentage to the club. But whatever it is that you are doing, it is for the advancement of the club. Do they have those gadgets? No. Are they open to collaborations? That I can't really answer. But a whole lot of them are actually not open to the collaborations. And that is where the problem is. Trust me, some of these brands would have grown bigger than what it is at the moment. But that collaboration we are here to discuss is one of the major problems that some of these people are having. Take for instance, we have people who have at one point in time volunteered to come and even shoot content for the team for free. As I'm talking to you, what do you think it will cost 3SC Fans TV to shoot unveiling of players for shooting stars? If we are shooting unveiling for our volunteers, it means that we are trying to pass a message across that we can do this thing, just let us fucking do it. But the whole of that bureaucracies are not, for now I don't think they are for public consumptions, and as we grow, as the brand is growing, as we are growing, we're seeing different ways of approaching issues and different ways of finding solutions to issues, because the problem is not the problem. It is how to find solution to the problem, because it is always there. So that answers the part of the collaboration and how the league is not being run like you see in foreign clubs. Some of these numbers are there. They are in the government accounts. They can bring in their papers and possibly come and show, but then like the chairman once said that sometimes they feel like it is not securing for the players for you to know how much a particular player is earning. Because for security reasons as well, they don't want to put that out. That's number one. Number two, because of also competition between the players that how can he be earning so much and I'm doing much more. So the Nigerian mentality is also there. But with the help of creatives and people who are now seeing how we can go about this stage, we're effecting a change, and the change is already there. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much. Any other question? Anyone else? Alright, a round of applause again to our speaker. Okay, let us move on quickly to our second facilitator for today. His name is Akindele Adetoyeshe, August 55 Media. He is a distinguished wedding and portrait photographer with a passion for capturing life's most precious moments through the lens. He's a graduate of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, FUNAB, where he earned a bachelor's degree in forestry. Adetoyeshe furthered his academic journey at the University of Ibadan, obtaining a master's degree in agricultural economics. I know you probably have a question on why somebody is supposed to be a farmer is handling the camera. You can ask him when he's standing. Though his academic background was rooted in agriculture, his true calling emerged in 2013 when he enrolled in a photography training program during his NYC in Oshogo. Let's thank God for NYC. By 2014, he had officially launched his own photography studio, and since then, Adetoyeshe has photographed over 600 weddings. Establishing himself as one of the leading figures in the industry, Adetoyeshe is the co-founder of August 55 Media and also the creative director of Neon Backdrops. His expertise has extended to mentoring over 100 students. Can I join this? I've come one on one. Many of whom now run well-established photography studios and brands across Nigeria and beyond. Through his innovative approach and mastery of visual storytelling, Adetoyeshe Akindele continues to inspire and shape the next generation of photographers. Gentlemen, he'll be talking to us on creating and sustaining business growth amidst current economic realities. A round of applause.
Thank you, guys. So let me use the same space. Well, thank you, guys. The first thing is we need to talk about this space, yeah? Because I can see that I know almost everybody we have it, almost everyone. And that's what we've been discussing now. So there's a need for us to have more of this so that we can be against next time, we can do more than this. Because Ibadan, we need a mental shift. When we have something like this, it helps us to grow more. And that's why I want to even appreciate Timmy. Please come forward. I want to appreciate Timmy for coming up with this. Now, I want to say a little story about this. Yes? Sometimes in December, I talk to some of my guys, team members, that I want to organize something like this. Are you getting it? And that I didn't talk to Tim. I want to organize something like this in Ibadan, where I think I talked to Truth, yeah, where we can have photographers, creatives, and everybody come together. We can share knowledge and stuff to help the growth of the business. I was thinking too big. I was thinking of a big hall. I was thinking of maybe International Conference Center. Do you understand? Somewhere where we can have probably 1,000. And because of that, I couldn't take that action. I couldn't do anything because I was thinking too big. Now, sometimes in life, you have to think big or you have to start small. It's very necessary, it's very important. Even when he told me he was going to use this space, I said, are you sure of this space? He said he was going to use this space. I said, are you sure of this space? Are you sure you want to use this space? Because I feel it might be too small. But see, we might not be more than this. But at the end of the day, what we take home is what that matters. If all of us like this, people that are here, all of us can grow our business from one point to another by just listening to these amazing speakers, I think it goes a long way. We can also impact other people. So please, I want you guys to please stand and appreciate me for putting this together. Please, guys. So back to my topic. Creating a sustainable photography business amidst current economic realities. Let's first of all start. Who among us, who can say they have a business? Who has a business? Please. If you have a business, please raise your hand. Let's have who have Mr. Patrick, yes. Who have a business? Okay. So now, if you have a business, how many years do you think your business can last? How many do you think your business can last for the next 5 years?
Over.
Guys, shoot, you raised up your hand. How many years do you think with what you have presently can last for?
After my death.
So now the reason why I'm asking that is because most of us don't really run a business. We don't really have a business. We just have something to feed us. And if we have something to feed us, at the end of the day, we might move away from what we call a business. Because most of us started as a passion. When I started photography, it was just a passion. Cash as a jail. Let's see something to it. Do you understand? And I'm so sure that's how almost everyone here has started or they are starting. Because I have some of my guys here that are just starting their brand. So there's a need for us to understand, do we have a business? So before you can say economic realities, before you can say you want to make money, first of all ask yourself, where is my business present? And where do I want to take my business to? So if you can critically ask yourself this question, then you can start from there. So, introduction, like I said, how many of us have existing business? And do you think your business can be relevant in so many years? Next slide, please. Now, like I said, the first thing to know is self-awareness. Right now, you need to ask yourself, where's my business and where do I want to take my business to? It's a proper plan. They say poor planning or proper planning prevents what? Poor performance. It's a 5 P's. Everybody knows that. You need to plan. This is where I am present. I have this, I have that. I don't have this, I don't have that. But I want to take my business to the next level. So there's a need for us to assess critical assessment. I was talking to Bafusha and for photography outside before we enter. Most of the thing that kill people is ability not to have the right mindset when it comes to business. Everybody thinks I am the CEO. I don't need anybody to learn from. I don't have this, I have that. I've been in business for 10 years. I've been in business for 10 years, 20 years. This is the reason why businesses don't last. Because most of us who have growth mindsets. There's a need for us to develop what we call growth mindsets when you are running a business. When you have a growth mindset, you'll be able to have, you can collaborate. Like what Animation said, you can collaborate, you can meet with other photographers. You know, there was a time I saw something online and I was shocked. I think that was the first time I've seen that Shoot and Illusion collaborated on a particular shoot. I think that was 2 years or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I thought about it. I said, so photographers can collaborate. Because we're used to collaborating with makeup artists, we're used to collaborating with fashion designers. It's a competition for us to collaborate among ourselves. Whereas when you collaborate with fellow photographers, you're learning 1 or 2 things. But we all see it as a competition. So if you want to grow as a person, the first thing is proper collaboration. Like Animal Sham said, you need to collaborate. You need to have a growth mindset. What is it that I don't have that he has that I can learn from? What is it that I don't have that he has? You don't keep secret. You don't tend to be open so that you'll be able to receive. Because the moment you are closed, there's a little that comes back to you. Next slide, please. Now, apart from all those things, apart from your skill, they already told us, your skill alone cannot guarantee success in business. No matter how good you are as a photographer, because I'm a photographer, I am not the best. But in the business that I do, I am the best. I'm not the best photographer, but in that thing that I do presently, I am the best. Because I know things that I can do that can project my business. So there's a need for us, in as much as you have a craft that is very good. See, most of us want to be exceptional. If you want to run a real business, you don't have to be. All you need to is to understand the nitty-gritty of a business. I used to tell them, see, everybody wants to be the best photographer. When you shoot a picture today, when you take a picture today, when you post today, the moment you enter Instagram tomorrow, there's another one better than that. I can guarantee. So you continue to chase. But you continue to chase. But the moment you step back and realize this is where I am present, this is where I want to go, what are the things I need to put in place to have my business grow? That's the only time you can see yourself. That's the only time you can say, you know what? I think I need the secretary to handle this one. I think I need this one and this one. So, market adaptability. No matter how good you are as a craftsman, if you are not good in the market space, you are just good in your box. If you don't understand the market, and I've been able to leverage on this for the past 10 years. 10 years, I've been able to leverage on this. Understanding what does the market want. See, I'm a businessman. It's different from just being a photographer. I want to understand what my people want. I want to give them what they want. Not as much as I have my ideas on my head, but I want to give them what they want. So that I can get what? I can get money. So that they can pay for that thing you have given them, so that they can pay for it. So you must understand that in market space, there are market trends. What is trending presently? What do people want to see? Social media is our friend. Everybody has Instagram. Everybody goes online. Go there. Go and see. Your best photographers, the one you call the best, the one you call your mentors, you want to see what they are doing. Recently, sometimes last year, or let me say early last year, some videographers started with portrait shooting. Do you understand? Before, our guys were used to landscape. We're used to landscape. But sometimes last year, some of these guys just started with portrait shooting. They started shooting portrait, just 1 minute portrait. Now, content creators have been doing that. Now, photographers now, instead of them, some of these photographers, instead of them to start fighting with content creators that are doing it, now started doing the same thing but in another way. Because now there's no wedding you have now that you know the higher content creators. So those guys have understood what the clients want. Immediately, what did they do? They adjusted. They moved. If my clients can pay as much as 500K for a content creator, means I'm going to shoot a whole wedding and collecting 300K. What's stopping me from doing content for them also? So that they can give me all the money. What did they do? They moved. And now do content. Most of them now do content. He moved. He used to do landscape. He moved that, okay, if they're making money from this, let me move. Do you understand? There was a time in the market space, we used to have some photographers, it's only black and white, one side will be bright, one side will be dark. That was what was making sense. The likes of Alakija. But later when we started having guys that are changing things, we started having beige. Beige was doing what? Beige was changing the mood entirely. Now people start moving to what beige was doing. I think there was a time I attended a class. And in the class, someone asked a question, and the question was, is it good to change your style? I get it. Is it good to change your style to what the market wants? Now the speaker said, see, sometimes it's not you changing your style. There's what we call adaptability. You have to adapt, you have to move the way the market is moving so that you can get money. Without money, you can't sustain business. You have to move the way the market is moving so that you can do what? You can get money. It's not that you are changing style. I don't change my style, but I have to adapt to what the market is saying so that I can move my business to the next level. So you need to understand what we call the market trends. And another thing is, what does your client want? I say this a lot. And I will always say it in any of the classes that I attend or that have opportunity of talking, is if you don't understand what your clients want or they need is different from want. If you don't understand what your clients need, you might not really make that. You might make money, I'm not saying that, but you might not make that much money. Quote me, I said your clients. I did not say Bafunshaw's clients. I did not say Beg's clients. We have our clients. We have our clients' basis. I understand what my clients want. I understand that if I don't give my client a proper portrait Some clients don't care about portrait, they just care about inside the hall and stuff like that. If that's what you shoot for, that's fine. But if I've been doing this business for more than a decade, I understand my clients. If I don't give them a proper portrait, then I might not see the next job. So there's nobody shooting a wedding for me, even if I'm not there, even if I'm the one shooting. I tell them, please make sure you get the client's portrait. A proper portrait. In fact, not just ordinary portrait. Make sure they are standing in front of the camera and you give them a clean portrait. Am I communicating? There's a need for you to understand what your client wants before you can make money. Another thing is, see, I talked about this modifying of business earlier. You have to continue to stay relevant. Anything that you do to stay relevant in business, you have to continue doing. If there's a need for you to up your skill, if there's a need for you to up your social media, if there's a need for you to hire someone to undo your social, if you don't know how to do it, you must continue to stay relevant in that business. If they're mentioning it, they should be able to say, in this Ibadan, mention 5 photographers. They should be able to see, the moment they can mention your name, if they mention that, bro, you're going to make money. Because people are going to come for you. They might, other things are attached, attitude later on and stuff like that. But the first thing they're going to mention your name and they're going to ask you, what do you charge? So there's a need for you to understand that. Understand how to modify your business. Don't be rigid in business. If somebody has been working for you for the last 5 years, it might not work again. If you see that it's not working again, what do? You modify. That's what kills a lot of us because we always be carried away by our craft. You know, that moment when you say, there's so say purchase for this about nobody will take purchase with me, reach me. Whereas you're not making money. People that are not even as good as you when it comes to purchase, that they won't making the money. Because they understand probably how to use social media, they understand the algorithm of social media, they understand when to post, they understand how to do content, sponsor that. These are guys that are making money. You are just there with your craft, bloated. Very soon, you go and meet them, guy, how you make money. Because you are so, the pride is so, you're so proud to modify your business. So guys, creative, there's a need for us to understand how to modify your business if they need to. Don't be rigid. Have that growth mindset of saying, this is not working again. Let me move closer to the guys this is working for. Let me give you an instance. I think I've mentioned this story several times. After 5 years of my business, my partner and I sat and we talked about how to move this business forward. So we were like, are we going to continue to do the same thing we're doing for the next 5 years? Are we still going to make money? There was a need for us to talk to people that are making money presently. People that are in the business presently. People that you can see are your mentors presently. That time, I'm so sure everybody here, except you've not joined social media in the last 5, everybody here is no Kilala. Everybody. You might not know Kilala now, but I'm so sure 5 years ago, 3 years ago, we all know Kilala. If you are sleeping, if you open Instagram, if you are sleeping, say maybe around 3 o'clock in the midnight, 3 a.m. If you scroll like 4 pictures, you see Kilala. All the weddings, I'm so sure all the weddings in Lagos, I'm so sure Kilala was handling like 30%, 20%. Because he can collect as much as 5 weddings in a day, where you are struggling to collect one. Collect as much, I've been, okay. So, we sat down together and said, you know what, let's go and make this. There's something this guy is doing that is different from what others are doing. We did not think about our craft, because people used to say Kelala is not a good photographer. He's not even a photographer. Kelala is not even a photographer, he's just a businessman. You know, we were like, okay, let's go and meet him. Let's see what he can do. Maybe there's something we're not doing right that could help us in our business. We schedule a meeting with you. The part where I mentioned growth mindset. We were 5 years in business. We were doing well. We're making the money. We're doing well. But we're like, no, let's think about next 5 years. Are we still going to be relevant? We've been, you can go for 3-day workshop, how to edit and stuff. Let's understand this business. We went to this guy. He said we should. He said his studio very big. Almost, in fact, it doesn't have an office because when we entered, we saw clients moving and moving out. Moving, trooping out. It was just like, you know what, let's meet at the bar. So when they told us that, see, the only thing you can do right now is understand your Instagram very well. That is where your clients are present. Now, not just your clients, even your future clients. Build your business. I'm not talking about now. I was talking about 5 years ago. Build your business. Sleep, wake up, do everything on Instagram. That was just only advice. If I said, see, I cannot teach you how to take pictures because I know most of you are very good at pictures. But I can teach you how to undo your Instagram. And if it does not work for you, delete my number. I think that was a changing point. That one alone changed everything about our business. In fact, the moment we got back, it was like we were doing competition on Instagram. We were trying to study the trends. We were trying to study a lot of things. We did a lot of collaboration with makeup artists. The makeup artists that were trending. So all these things, you need to do them if you want to stay relevant. If you want to, most especially that we know that everybody used to say Nigeria today, Nigeria is out, Nigeria. Most especially this period. These are things you can do on your own. Post pictures, anything that will make you relevant. Make sure you do it at this period. Next slide, please. So market adaptability is very, very important. Innovation and diversification. See this part. In as much as a lot of us are very good with photography, there's a need for us to have a little sense of diversification. See, the last conference we had that we Real Magic did, this man taught Studio 24. He said, the only way you cannot think or be depressed with the current reality is to have different sources of income. The only way we cannot be depressed in this current economy is to have different sources of income. Now, I now went back and analyzed the different sources of income. People used to think, when they say diversification, they think it's all about, because you're a photographer now, without now start farming. There's what we call value chain in every business. Value chain. I am a photographer. Teaching people online is another source of income. Yes or no? Yes. Selling camera gadgets is another source of income. Yes or no? I sell backdrops. The reason why I started backdrop was because I wanted to have another source of income. Something that will not shift me away from photography, but can still bring money for me. I started backdrop. Renting out studio is another source of income. So there's a need for you to understand that this present reality, think deep, have other sources of income. Diversify. Not compulsory start farming if you're not good at it. Diversify. Think about other things you can do. Look at, there was a time I heard that Camera George was a photographer. I didn't know. I used to be a photographer. I didn't know. But I just know that if you want to buy camera in Nigeria today, if they don't mention Camera George. In fact, it was later on that I had an office. Before it was just online, selling stuff online, selling camera online. Now it has an office. I don't think it does photography. I don't know. It doesn't. So look at that. Let's imagine now that it still combines this photography. It doesn't take anything away from him selling that camera gadget. So let's try as much as possible to think the same value chain, the same line of business. It's called value chain. It's not compulsory you go into another industry you don't understand. Because I don't even advise people to do businesses they don't understand. But that thing that you understand, try as much as possible to think deep. And let me tell you, I started doing background. We were having a collaboration shoot with other makeup artists, Gary Venom. All of them were just shouting, there's no space in the background. We don't have a good space where we can take pictures. And someone, I think one of the event planner, it's a collaboration shoot, but we used to have event planner, just mentioned that even the space we don't even have someone that makes backdrop. Backdrop that we used to rent in Lagos. Then that time Zen started backdrop in Lagos. Backdrop, if you go to weddings, you see for the Lagos photographer bringing backdrops and stuff. The guy just mentioned, there's no, we don't even have a good backdrop anymore. I just laughed it over like, he didn't touch me. When I go home, I just thought about it. Backdrop. So, it's a business, it's a problem. So let me solve this problem. I called one of my guys, do you know who can teach me backdrop? He gave me that guy. The first one said, I don't share knowledge. The second one said, I'll teach you 300K for 3 days. Or 500K for 5 days. If I did not see the problem, I won't see a need to pay that money. I saw the problem, I knew it was going to sell because we were lucky. What did I do? I paid that 300. I did not learn anything. I just wanted to see how it's being done. Probably if it's something I can even do. I paid for some online classes. I did not see learn anything. What I'm saying is sometimes the problem you are facing is if you can provide solution, you can escalate the solution and turn it into a business. That problem you are facing. If there's no studio to rent, you can think about having a studio. Right now, we're still talking about it. What did we talk about? Content space. That is so big. This is a content space, right? Have you seen some content spaces in Lagos? Where there is going to be like 3 floors. Content space, 3 floors. You're shooting here, some other people are shooting 2nd floor. So, we don't have anything like that. And so on and so on. So that I don't share my next line of business with you. So what I'm saying, please try as much as possible to diversify. Most of my friends say, kill out the shit. See, think inward. That problem you're facing, solve it and turn it into business. Innovation and diversification. I'm not trying to follow my style because everyone here, it's just like we're having a round meeting. I know almost everyone here, except probably this Nairobi. So it's just that's why I'm not trying to follow this style. But I want us to understand that those great guys that you see, not that they're special, but they've done something special. They're not special, but they've done something special. By doing what? By thinking deep and acting on it. If Timmy did not act on this, he won't be here today. It will be like me, in my brain, without what? Without action. Because he talked about it. He acted almost immediately. That's why we're here today. The time I started backdrop, I called shoot. Bro, after I don't start backdrop, he said, how you know? Now the business I want to start next month. The same thing with lipids. So that moment you're thinking about it, another person is thinking about all you need to is act fast. Not even in this Tinubu period. You need to act fast. Please, next slide. Strategic partnership and collaboration. I wanted to talk about it. I didn't know that as a topic Longman will be handling. But you see this part this part is very, very important. You might just, the way you handle it, you might just think, Shebi Longman handled it. Nothing now, Shebi our guy handled it. See, this part alone can project you so fast. Like she mentioned, if you want to move fast, move alone. If you want to go far, go together. The knowledge you don't have, other guys have it. What you guys don't have, I might have it. What I don't have, you guys might have it. There's a need for you guys to foster collaborations. Before I got to where I am today, I did a lot of collaborations. Not with fellow photographers, but we did a lot of guys in the industry. That's the reason why, in fact, really helped me to the extent that when they're talking about photographers at that moment, all these vendors will say, you know what, help me August. Call August, we'll do it. Do you know why they're saying call August? Not because I will do it well, but because they know that when they call me, I'll be able to give them pictures. Apart from me getting money, I'll be able to give maybe the makeup artists, the gay artists, so collaboration really helped me to grow. And it's still helping me presently. For guys that are just starting, I tell my guys a lot, collaborate. When you do this, in fact, you open yourself to a wider range of markets. So try as much as possible to collaborate. Like I said here, your network is your what? Your network. Build a good relationship with people. Have a good attitude. Don't be lazy. Be hardworking. Be hardworking. If you want to get to where Bafusha is today, this guy, I'm so sure, is more than maybe 15 years. I don't know. 15 years in business. There's a reason why a lot in December alone, Bafusha shot more than 20-something weddings in December. 20-something. How many weekends we get for December? 4, right? He shot more than 20-something weddings. I shot more than, yes, I would say I shot up to 20 in December.
45.
So what I'm saying is, your network is your network. These guys you form network with will be the ones to mention your name when they need something. Don't be too proud to collaborate with people. Don't be too proud to say Wheezy. That person you are saying Wheezy today might be your helper tomorrow. Don't forget what I'm treating. I'm treating current economic realities. And don't forget, this current economic reality will still what? Till the next 8 years. Tinubu will still be taken down. And I like her. Am I communicating? So please try as much as possible to build a great network. Work with people that are bigger than you. Work with people that you know you can learn from. I'm not saying discard your friends are not helping, but trust me, it's better to go alone sometimes than to have friends or bad network. Let me say that again. It's better to go alone sometimes. Push alone. See people from afar. Try to copy them. That's all bad networks. Because the moment you have bad networks, trust me, before you know it, if you have bad friends, before you know it, you become the fourth bad friend. You cannot move anywhere. So please, as much as possible, attend things like this. This is another way. I think, yes, I've seen you several times. I don't know you. But now we're going to meet. If I have any graphics, you're into graphics. If I have anything to do, I can always say, bro, Alpha, let's do this together. Attend conferences, attend classes, attend conferences, attend seminars. The ones you need to pay for them. How much? Pay for them, go for them. The ones you need to go for free, go for free. Drive yourself down and go there. So please, collaboration, your network is your network. Leverage connection for business growth. Well, next slide, please. Now, business continuity plan. You know, the reason why I'm laughing at this graph is I'm not good with PowerPoint. So, and I wanted to draw a graph to represent what I wanted to explain here. But unfortunately, I did not really understand. I just became like I use bad chart. At least this one I'll be able to explain. So let me try to explain this. How many of us are 5 years in business? Up to 5 years in business. What about less than 5 years? More than 5 years. 10 years and above. Okay, no. More than 10 years above. Yes, me. Now, there's a graph I used to use to explain to people. You see, when you start, there's this energy you have. You want to go for all shoots. You want to go for everything they call you for. You want to be here, you want to be there. But the moment you start making money, so the graph is, when you start, please Please, I want you guys to look at me. I'm going to use my hand here. I hope you understand. You know, graph is always longitude. Alright, that's that. So when you start from ground zero. So you move your first 5 years or 3 years, depending on where you learned from. That's for people that are just started. Please make sure you learn from people that are good. So that where the exposure they will give you, the impact they will have in your life, you'll be so, before you even start here, you're above so many people. So you should start from somewhere that is good. So when you start, you go because there's a need, you are hungry for success. You want to do a lot of collaborations. You want to shoot everywhere. Sir, is there a second shoot? Let me come. Sir, this almost, have you seen this preset? Have you seen that? So you go. When money start coming in, when money, you are, that time money never, maybe you see they carry your car, you see they jump bike, you see they do this thing. You move. Because you've done some of this thing I mentioned. When money start coming in, there's a flat line that comes in. The flat line means that now money is coming in. That energy has reduced. There's this pride that my craft can take me anywhere. There is this, you are proud that if they mention 5 photographers, they call me. So you don't care again. So there's a flat line that comes. So you can do that one alone for another 2 or 3 years. Because the money is coming, this work you've added, this work you've done over these 5 years, you're still eating from the fruits. So you are relaxed. Most of us are relaxed. I was in that line. In fact, I was in that line. You are relaxed. Because you're still eating from the fruit of where you started from. So that line can go for another 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. See, immediately after that line, that's when life starts. That's why I tell people. See, life starts for me immediately after like 10 years in business. Not 5 years. 10 years in business. Because for you to do 10 years in business, within your 10 years, you'll be having bukata. Do you know bukata? Families and stuff like that. So when you in between that flat line, it takes only growth mindset to say, I need to learn from other people to scale my business. Most of us are okay with what we have. We're okay with the name. We are okay with things that are not interested in growing, start coming down automatically. They start coming down automatically. But the guys are open to new ideas. What's the market saying? What else can I add to my market that will help me? That's when they now start building up. See, the guys that are coming down here, don't forget, as you move up, other guys are starting. Now, we're talking about some photographers in Lagos. I can't stand beside them. It's not a joke. They are mad. They are, if they take picture like this now to go, you think, so, but what has helped me over the years is what? The name I've built over the years. So, some of us are in that flat line after 10 years and we feel that I'm good enough. So for us to go up, it takes another, like you're starting all over again. Growth mindset for us to say, now I want to go up. That's when most of us falls. And the moment you fall, in fact, it go dead drastically. You fall drastically down the line. Where people that are coming up, it's just because you're going, that guy that year. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it takes a growth mindset to be able to say, let me go and learn more. Let me move closer to these guys that are doing it. Let me go forward. What is this seminar saying? Let me listen to people that are ready to talk about business. That's when you break that even. I want to mention something earlier. I'm still, me personally, 10 years in business, I'm in that line where I need to decide whether I want to move up or I want to move down. And I know if I don't move up, I'm in trouble in the next 5 years. Because what? These guys that are coming, they're very good. There's AI, there's everything that's going on. Guys, let's look at this strategy design. It's called develop a crisis management strategy. Do you know the crisis management? In case this happens to my business, because it's going, except you're lying to yourself, people don't face reality. It's going to happen. You that you be collecting 20 bodies might just be seeing 4. You might be seeing 5. Except you do something right that projects you back to where you belong. So you must plan, you must have a strategy to be able to combat this crisis when it comes. And this is for big guys like 10 years, 15 years and above. And I know these guys are doing the right thing. I won't lie to you. So please guys, look at review, recycle or remove. Add to what you need to add to. Recycle what you need to recycle and remove what you need to remove in your business. When you do this, then the sky is just the beginning for you. Next slide, please. Okay, sorry. I was looking for my guy's picture. Unfortunately, I did not see them. So I saw, but their names are, but this is not their picture. So don't think that's Taiwan. Or don't, so don't think. Now, this is another thing I want to talk about, people management. There was a time someone came to my office. I don't want to mention him. He said, he entered into my office and he saw like more than 10 boys, 10 guys. He said, bro, how do you do it? How do you have so much people to work for you? And they are not even ready to leave. There's a particular point in your business line that you need people to work for you. You need to build a great team. Trust me, if you don't have the power to be able to build a great team, there's nobody that will help you to grow your business. Because you need people to grow your business. You see, this part, people take it for granted a lot. And it kills most of us. After like 10 years, most of the guys you have under you will say, sir, I've started my brand. Before you can see someone else, I will say, should we join your team to edit? You find out that everybody, it's not just to have camera and start shooting. Everybody is a photographer. If you start photography today, in the next 6 months, bro, if you are favored, you start making money. If you start photography today, if I was 6 months, maybe in the next, you can buy your camera, can buy your lenses, you can, if you have money from home, maybe your family is very rich. You can start making money. So nobody wants to work again. So they ask, how do you do your people management? See, the only reason why people want to stay with you is you must understand, you give them opportunity to grow. Give them opportunity to grow. Let them know that I can become someone by serving under this person. Most of us are selfish. You don't want to share preset with your staff. So that they don't, maybe someone has done it before, someone took one of your preset and ran and so. So before you can say you are doing a business, you must understand people management. There's no business that can be one man. A one-man business, the man, if anything happens to the man, that's the end of the business. Most of us still want one-man business. You need people, you need to learn on how to manage people. Give them a conducive environment to grow. Let them see the reason why they need to be themselves. I can be harsh sometimes to my guys. And sometimes, if you see me, you think I'm one of those children. So if you don't create an environment for growth, you might not really be able to manage people. So please, I want everybody, you're just starting, you've gotten to a particular level, develop what we call people management. It will definitely help you in the future. So, my stars are more than this. Anyways, but let's just, I don't know where this type one, next time. So guys, that's the end of my presentation. How one way or the other you've been able to learn. So any question of the day?
Thank you very much.
Please let's make a round of applause louder.
Okay, so your network is your net worth. I said it earlier that the person sitting beside you might be the one to give you the 1 billion naira deal. I mean, don't care about whatever the person is wearing. I mean, we never can tell where and when. And also the importance of staying relevant. A lot of us just, we make do with whatever skills we already have and just feel like you're the best thing after biscuits. But then there's so much to also do to continue to remain relevant, to continue to, a lot of, older generations, they just, once they are done, they just leave it at that. But the good thing about our generation is the fact that we want to keep growing, and that's why it's important for us to continue to grow from time to time. So, as he said, any question of the day, let's hit him up. Questions?
Good afternoon.
Tell us your name.
Tolua. I know him personally.
Okay.
Thank God he's a photographer, not an architect. My main question, very important one. Where do you people see money to buy gadgets? Very important. Because if you're starting out. Okay, for instance, tomorrow I have a collaboration. I don't have a space, I don't have gadgets, I don't have anything. Now, let's assume over the weekend I made 30,000 naira from whatever it is I did, second shooting, just asking people, whatever it is I did. Now I have to burn the whole 30k on a collaboration or something. If I keep doing that for, how long do you think I need to keep doing it before I can bring my stuff together? Because I think that's what makes it easier for you to be everywhere. When you have your stuff, like, okay, Alpha, let's do this together. It will be easy because I know, okay, the only thing I need now is money for logistics. But when I have to do a shoot, I have to first look for 50k to go and get what I need for something that is free. So there should be something in between. I know some people have funds from home and all, some take out business loan and I don't know. But there should be something for the average person. So what is it?
Alright guys, so I think this question is very important because when you're starting up, most especially for the guys that are just starting, you complain about money. Where do we see gadgets? Where do we see? The first thing I first of all ask you is, what gadget are you looking for? Which one? Which particular one? Because if they ask most of you, some of you are, if you don't have R5, you will not start a photography. So your budget will be do you understand? So you go extreme and say it's until I have that 3 million. That's when I'm going to start my photography business. Are you getting? So most of you don't understand that we still have this DSLR. Don't forget before we had mirrorless. We had DSLR. In fact, I don't want to mention that I know someone that used 60D for more than how many years and took extreme. In fact, I started with D331, 3200 or 3100. Then we didn't have mirrorless. I bought it from Ricky. It might be much around money. But what I'm saying is, what particular camera are you looking at? You need to, in as much as you need to think, you need to have what these guys are using. Are you willing to start where you are? Are you willing to start with a 60D? I know that if I get 50 mm, they know born away. Put anybody in front of me, I'm going to get mad. Do you believe in yourself to the extent and say, 60D with the 50 mm, I will get what August will get? No, because you will take the magic for me. I'm not saying camera is not there. Please, don't quote me. Later you say, don't buy the camera. But what I'm saying is, for you that you don't have the money and the resources, what are you looking at? What camera are you looking at? So I would advise you start small. If you can buy the 60D that you know you can buy, that your money can buy, all you need to is buy you 60D for the next 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and I can be able to deliver. You started getting shoots from what you said, right? Start getting clients. If I can use this for the next 6 months, then I need to push myself out. Another thing is, she made mention of your network is your network. Have friends. You're going to have friends that have cameras. Yes or no? Why? If you have friends that have camera, if you have a good behavior, why do you need to bring the camera if it's not using it? You have to leverage on all those options before you say you want to rent. Do you understand? So that the 30K they paid you for one outfit, you don't spend all the 30K renting the camera, renting the space, renting. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can meet up with Uncle Timmy that has his space and say, sir, now 30K they give me. I was paid 30K. I can't afford your 10K, but please. It's a matter of good relationship. Build it. You find out that you might even say, how much you get? Come and use it for free. Just buy from. I'm just saying, don't come to my school. I don't know. I don't even run it for myself. But what I'm saying is, in as much as you're thinking big, start small. Understand the beauty of starting little beginning. Don't jump. Start small. Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Alright. Sorry. Okay. My guy wants to talk. Sorry, before you ask your question, let my guy talk.
I want to ask a question.
Okay. I want to buttress what Mr. Toye said regarding this question. I know he has explained most of it, but I want to put it in this dimension. You as a person, you are a very important resource. Just like he said, you should have friends. Now, ìwà tó bá wù, wọ́n ní tó bá domi sílẹ̀, wàá ṣe kí ni wàá tẹ̀lé tútù, àbí? So if tó bá wùwà dáadáa sí mi, e get some guys wey be say, okay, Shasha for example, I can easily call Shasha and say, Alaye, I need your gadget. Shebi you know the. Our first question wey I go ask is, she you no get work or she you get shoot. So because of the way we have built our relationship, I can easily call Shasha and say, bro, Alpha, I need your lens. Bro, Alpha, I need your camera. But some of us, I know you are a good person too. Some of us, there are some guys who just wait. I cannot, if they come to me for something, I will say no straight. Because you will go, sorry that I'm speaking Yoruba, if everybody understands Yoruba.
Oh, prefer English.
No vex, I don't hear English. So, ìwọ gan wà tó jẹ́ pé ó máa jẹ́ kéèyàn lé ìgbà ẹ̀ mọ́ra ẹ pé okay àbọ̀bọ̀ you need kìíní. See, life is give and take. You need something for me, I also need something from you. Now you need a gadget for me. But have I ever called you before? Jọba mi sáré lọ gba kíní kan bí báyìí. Ṣé o dá mi lóhùn?
One thing I would just say is not all of us that after renting my gadget or giving me the I will not give my gadget.
Yes, I understand that part, sir.
But
I understand that part. Yes.
Let me
I understand
wait,
your point. I understand that part.
See, what he's trying to say is you must build a good relationship. No matter what, if it's not giving another person very good.
Yes, they want
One
to
thing, let me even try. One thing I was expecting to say, you just starting off. One thing that will make you make money easy, if you're just starting off. Make sure your skills are good. Stick to second shooting for now. Gather your funds, buy your stuff. Stop taking jobs for now. Don't take any when you go to exhaust your money. Stick to second shooting. You can make. See, I had to push. I was just mentioning it's a pious lesson. I had to push him that go and start collecting your job. It was my second shooter for more than 5 years. He bought everything he needed via me. He didn't take one job. He bought a lot of gadgets, just being like, he said he doesn't want to. Because this computer is so easy. You don't collect, you know how much you're paying your computers now? Not even now that you're paying them a lot of money. Shoes, you don't go, but make sure your skills are very, very good. Work on yourselves. You will make money under 2 years, have a target for yourself. You buy your gadgets now.
That's another option.
Don't stress yourself.
That's an option.
There are a
In
lot
fact,
of options.
that is loyal.
It's very good.
Loyalty is another thing. That's what I'm trying to also say.
But yeah, the truth, want to ask question.
All right.
Well, I said, don't shoot. I'm just telling you that I paid like 600K over the course of last week on photographers and shooting. So event I didn't even appear for 6 months.
600.
Yeah.
So I want you to hear that part before we continue. See, what they are saying is, if you are good enough, people are going to find you.
They will invest in you.
They will invest in you.
money from that.
They will invest in you. I know you're just starting up. Your guy might say, take this 30K, take this 20K. Do you understand? The essence of this gathering is for you to be able to open yourself to other people. The essence of gatherings like this is for you to introduce yourself and say, I'm a friend. It's just because, just imagine you are in a room with 500 people.
You get.
Where you can introduce yourself and say,
Show them
if you
your
need,
portfolio.
do you understand what I'm saying? So,
Lay hands.
I brought an idea for you. I brought a solution. I brought two. He brought another one. But for me, good relationship is it's genuine. It's very important.
Even if you're not that I tell good rapport, you cannot get.
Do you understand? Please build that. Please build that. True.
Okay, so my question for you, Mr. Toya of August 55 Media. 2 years ago, I changed my strategy of marketing entirely. I stopped marketing clients directly, and I think we had a conversation, and I think we've spoken about that. I switched my direction towards event planners, and that's because I was looking to get in high-end clients who can afford luxury in the wedding space. I did that. It actually worked. It worked. There's no doubt about it. However, entering into this year, from last year into this year, I feel it's a time for me to switch my approach again in the industry, because I want to have more time to myself. I'm into other things right now. So I can't be available at all times. So I'm switching my approach. And I've been investing since December on Instagram ads and
I've seen it.
Facebook ads. You've been
You
seeing
know
it.
they allow this to stop us.
You know they allow us.
You've been seeing it. Alright, so now this is it. I got a lot of leads, a lot of inquiries from those ads. A lot, even till this morning. But I've not been able to convert one. Now, the question is, I know you do Instagram ads, and of course you mentioned it during the presentation. How many of your ads, clients, prospective, have you been able to convert into clients? Because for me, currently it's not working, and I've been trying to look into what's the problem. Most of the time, and I think it's budget most of the time. So how do you do that? Because I want to get to that point where in a week, I want to be doing my team that I'm building right now, that we can handle 5 weddings successfully. And I'm going to sit down in the corner of my office.
I'm eating food.
You understand?
So,
So how do you convert that? I'm getting the inquiries, but it's not
it's not
converting.
converting. So, I would say this. There was a time I was in that position. And you see, in business sometimes, you need to allow people to handle things for you. There's a difference between, like you said, there's a difference between your craft and the business. Now you want to go into the business part. Are you get what I'm saying? This is a time for you to understand there's a need for people to handle so many things for you. Most essentially, that inquiries. Let me give you an instance. Last year, I've always been handling inquiries myself. So when you bring some bills, I say, no, it's not possible, I can't do this. And it's not because I know that any job like this, I will see, do you understand, big one, but I will just say, no, I can't do this. And do you know why I'm saying I can't do that? Because of the price, because of the years I've used to work. So in my mind, I will say, no, there's a limit, do you understand? So, I now approached someone said, why don't you allow someone to do this? Give the person a target. Seal 5 weddings for me a week. I know the inquiries are coming in. Your job is to make sure you seal them. Your job is to bring it to my table. We assign him to go and do it. I don't think you understand. See, sometimes when you look back, you see a lot. Anyone that comes to you directly knows that I am going to truth directly. It's either they know you, do you understand? It's either they know you personally or they want that craft you built over the years. So they are ready to pay that your money, maybe it's 2 million, maybe it's 2.5. But you see the ones that they are selling for you, just give them. Maybe your lowest is maybe 1 million for a wedding. You know what? Seal 5 weddings, seal 10 weddings for me in a month, or 15. That's your target. I even give bonuses. If you seal 10, you're going to collect this. And everything she has been bringing to the table. She will call me, sir, our limit is, the lowest you can go is, let's say 5 naira. But this person is willing to offer 4.8 naira. Should we take it? I said, how many do you have that day? So I already have to take it.
You told you.
I need.
I hear that.
No, you need to understand because I'm not even going. I'm not even going. Okay, this weekend, next weekend, I'll forward it. I've been pulling teams. Do you understand? And you've been doing. I think last week you did like 2 weddings or something. Last weekend. So the only way you can do it sometimes is to let professionals, not just the non-knowledge person, because some people can also run your business. Try to monitor them for a while, let them do the business for you. And I think you see changes. If you know they are going wrong, call their attention almost immediately. My social media, my secretary has it, and I have it. So anything she does, I'm saying. Do you understand? Every week we have a meeting. Let me see your inquiries. Let me see your WhatsApp. Let me see how you've been chatting up with them. At the end of the day, everybody meets at a perfect thing for you. You are gaining. Me, I'm gaining. So I feel that's the only way we can do it. Because if you should say you should handle everything yourself, you see that your experience that you have, you won't be able to take your jobs. And you won't be able to take your jobs. So that's my own answer to that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for what you shared so far. I have a very personal question to ask. When you talk about people management, this leads me to asking you this question. Is it okay for one to walk away when you feel limited? For instance, you talked about when we're starting as fresher, you started, there's this zeal, this passion, this drive, but then you feel limited at where you are, or you feel limited getting content. For instance, now, let's say I'm in a shoot, I'm going to a location to go and shoot. Then you come up with an idea, you share with your boss and tell your boss, this is what I want to do, and this go ahead, don't wahala. At the end of the day, after shooting that, coming up with that idea, shooting and showing your boss will not say anything about it. And after then, you start getting cold response and things like that. Is it okay to walk away when you feel limited and then you feel like you're not growing in this place? Is it okay to walk away? That's number one question. And number two, I'm new in Ibadan. I actually came to Ibadan to come and run my master's. After my master's, I have this idea of walking and then shooting. So I started this whole thing before I ran my master's. But the issue that I'm getting, or I have present, is that I do not know many people in Ibadan. I'm limited. So I met my boss through online and all this. Then I want to meet people. It was through my boss I met him, and I saw all this old stuff from his WhatsApp speech. So I joined. Now my question is, how do I collaborate and meet other people and started shooting content for free? Is it okay for me to shoot content for free? Starting up right now.
Okay. So I think I'm going to pick it up from the second question. Is it okay to shoot content for free to be able to build your portfolio? Because you're just starting. Anything is okay, bro. See, one thing about business is not, just look at this door. I might pass this door at the gate. Another person might pass this door to the gate. The only way you can show me what you can do is have opportunity to be able to do that. And the only way you can get opportunity is probably when you do it for free. Because who's going to trust you to come and will I pay you right now when you don't even have anything to show me? Do you understand what I'm saying? So the only way you can build your portfolio mostly is to do stuff for free. At that moment you're building from your heart. You're pushing from your heart. You are doing the best you can do at that moment. Are you getting? Bro, in fact till now they do free collaborations. In fact we do free, I don't do free weddings, but we do free shoots. It's called collaborations. He mentioned it. No man mentioned it. See, when you're just starting out, you need to do a lot of collaboration. You need to meet with a lot of people. Gatherings like this. Where you were still saying it outside. The problem we're having here is because we don't gather like this. We don't gather like this. When we gather like this, we're going to know it. We had a football match sometimes in last month. Now, that would be the first time I've been seeing a lot of photographers in this space. Do you know why some other guys grow better than us? It's because they gather, they talk, they share. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the only way you can you can meet people who can adapt.
Majority of, let me also buttress what you just said. Majority of those content that you see, those artists post sometimes, you see that at the end of the day, you see those who shot those content at the end of it. I can tell you for free that 95%, the reason why I don't want to say 100% is that I can assure you that 95% of those contents were actually done for free because it was done on bigger platforms and they can always like reference, they become reference material, right? There is a speaker that I'm waiting for him to talk. I remember that when we started the whole of this 3SC Fans TV project, we're looking out for graphic designers and photographers to collaborate with, and they weren't forthcoming, right? And these are Ibadan people. People who would go out there and start talking that Ibadan is this, Ibadan is that, and we reach out to them. Now, they see what the platform is doing. And no, it's not about they want to be back. They want to rival or find a way of making sure that they create a rival platform or thereabout. But the essence of this is that we're only able to do all of this because we have people volunteering. And because they were volunteering, we've been able to see what they can do. Now we can send them out as referrals. Do you get that? They hand referrals from us now because we can now say that, so Jay can shoot this content. So Ibrahim can go and do this content. So Abraham can actually handle all sort of graphics that you want to be done. And because he volunteered with 3SC Fans TV, he has also volunteered on other projects. Now we see different people calling him for interviews that come and partner with us. He's going to be working, in the next one day, he's going to be working remotely with major brands across Nigeria and beyond. And he's only able to do that because he volunteered to create a very large portfolio for himself. So if you want sport content, we will show you what he has done. If you want non-sport related, we will show you what he has done. So until you have that kind of portfolio, it's the same thing with this kind of gathering that we're having. Until we're able to properly document it and show it out to people, you cannot attract any sponsor and investors without anything to show for it.
So I think he answered, he said it all. For me, you just have to go all out. And the first question...
It can be training, it can be time consuming,
yes.
But do you have any other way? No.
So the first question you made mention, if you said...
is it okay to walk away if you feel limited?
Well, I don't know where you started from, but for me, I think if you feel limited and you see there's another opportunity, it's called growth, and there's nothing bad in trying to grow. Do you understand? The reason why you're trying to grow is for yourself. So if you know, there was a time someone wanted to do advanced with me, and I said, you know what, don't deal with me. I'll charge you 300K 3 days. Don't deal with me. Go out there. Because I can tell you nothing less than 500 other photographers that can do way more, that will teach you way more what I have. Are you getting what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is, see, if you know you are going to get a bigger platform, if you know you are going to go better, you can apply. Why not? Try that. The essence of life, the most one thing that for you to go is you have to take a risk. You are leaving a platform for another. Do you understand? So it's always very okay. If you think your guy is not teaching you what you need to teach you, move. People management, these are my guys. Do you understand? And I can mention up to more than 20 photographers in it. If I call once, they will answer twice. Do you understand? Not because some of them are not even better than me right now, but because I've given an opportunity to grow. So if you see that you're not growing where you are, grow. You can do. For me, I think you can do.
Alright, I hope you're okay, please a round of applause again. Thank you so much. I think another thing that a lot of young people of our age presently lack is the fact that we just want to go fast. The moment you get into the industry, you want to be there without even trying to, learn the ropes and do doing what you have to do. So a lot of times people just, I'm a radio presenter. Now I look at people who are just coming into broadcasting, who just want to be behind the mic. I spent more than 2 years working without pay. And I had to do all I had to do, learned the ropes, learned various aspects of it for me to be where I am today. But some people coming in just feel like the moment somebody features you on the program and you're able to say one or two things, you're good to go. So learning is going to help a lot. I mean, volunteering, do all we can just to be able to garner knowledge.
So, okay, this question is
So we want to go on a short break.
Mr.
Okay.
So, so last year, the about pricing, last year, I made a sheet pricing. And it's really important. Dog-wise, but I know that it was worth it. In the long run, because definitely people appreciate it. I had to upgrade my gadget, I had to buy so many things to make sure I change my laptop and everything. So, what do you think I can do more? Like I said, to see clients, to get our clients, what else can I do to get those clients? I am
Like you've been getting everybody has been getting I paying clients. So I think we talked about this. Probably you just wanted to ask the question, is this Gandhi? Well, what I'm just going to say is this. There's nothing bad in changing your price. It shows good. I get it. Last year alone, I changed our prices 3 times. It's always very scary sometimes. In fact, I can remember, there was a time, you remember, right? I went to, when I was going to gym with Truth, gym no dey show for my body. when I was going to gym with Truth, so he said, you don't, I think we were talking about, so he told me he has increased his price. I said, to what? He showed me. I said, you mean you guys still they collect something lower than you, okay? What's happening? Why am I not increasing? He said, if they call us top photographers, if they're going to mention like 5 or 6, if they're going to mention all of us like this, there's a need for our price to be at least, the difference must not be so much. I get what I'm saying. It's the element of these guys have done their assignment right to be able to charge this amount. That night, I changed our prices. So something close to this. But business-wise, not his price. But something a little bit lower. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because now I'm more of a businessman. So something a little bit lower. But what I'm trying to say is there's something bad. And after that, I've changed it like 3 times. And every time I want to change, there's always this, would they accept it? And I don't care. I just go. And you just see that they start paying. So, for your question, I think you need, when you change your price, you need to intensify more on what you're doing. You must justify it. I was seeing this guy's story, a Buffalo story sometimes ago. He said, when you are charging high, your job must show, the value of your job must correspond with your price. Do you understand what the value that they are getting? Because see, you are giving out a value, it must correspond with your price. No matter how big you think you are, if you're not there yet, if you change your price, you're going to be affected. You don't understand? See, maybe you think, say, don't use finance. If you're not there yet and you change your price, it's going to affect you. But if you too, you will know, bro. Do you understand? You will know when you start giving out those values to those particular pictures that they want to pay for. So I think it's not bad to change price. Just make sure you're giving the value. So if you give the value, do all these things talking about your social media, be consistent online. This guy started podcast. I didn't know he could talk on. Started podcast. Not knowing that I wanted now still packaging to get more money. Do you understand? You know, that's another way of making money now. This is that podcast. People are going to trust you more and stuff like that. So what I'm just saying is, just push more. When you change your prices, just push more. Add more value. So that's it.
Alright, so thank you very much. So sessions so far. We have 2 more to go, but let's just take a few minutes to get to know one another. I mean, one of the reasons we're here is to network, so let's move around a bit, network, and then we'll be back in 5 minutes.